Bam, baby, back at it again with Pizza's Power Rankings going into week number 10. We got an interesting one. Many things have happened. Many things have come and gone. We got an applause from TJ because we know we got a new number 32.
Why?
The Detroit Lions.
Why?
Because they stink.
God.
They stink. Yeah, why are you saying why?
Because what did the Texans do to drop off of that
Shut
spot?
up.
They moved
Shut
up
up.
a spot.
But why?
Because they...
You gave in to peer pressure.
They
You're so
they
freaking
lost by
weak, bro.
one score.
Exactly. They lost by one score. What did the Detroit Lions do?
They didn't lose.
They had a bye week.
Yeah. It
So-
took the bye week for me to realize the Lions should be at 32 now.
Wow.
No, I moved the Texans up because they have Tyrod Taylor, who stunk.
Yeah, exactly. So that should be even more solidification that they should be in last.
Hey, they're the
place.
only team that doesn't have a win, and I actually haven't had them at 32 yet.
Yeah.
We need to
That's
just
what we were saying.
I like it. I like it a lot.
right, but they didn't. They could not be there with the Texans with Davis Mills.
I thought of all people you wouldn't.
That's how bad I believe they were with Davis Mills, and they were. He didn't win a single game.
All right.
Again,
Whatever.
with Davis Mills, you are not picking the Lions.
Yes, I could. Is it definite?
Why are you arguing this?
Bro,
The Lions are the worst team.
would-
No,
with
he's
Davis
saying
Mills.
He's saying I'm picking
Dog.
the freaking Lions to beat the Texans with Davis Mills.
The Lions with Goff versus the Texans and Davis Mills, I would bet you $100 right now.
Whoa.
Like, if that happened, I would gladly throw $100 on the Lions if the Lions
Whoa.
would win. With no hesitation.
I think the Lions. You're saying the Lions would win, right?
Yeah, with
So
Davis
why are they-
Mills. With Davis Mills, they have Tyrod Taylor.
Yeah, but Tyrod Taylor didn't do anything.
I know, but he's way better than him. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. Actually, I don't know. I just like the Lions being at 32.
Yeah, so do I. Whatever.
Whatever. But hey, would you feel that confident though if they had Davis Mills?
I
you'd
don't
throw
feel
$100?
confident in either of them.
They're both atrocious teams.
That's why we shouldn't argue about 31 and 32.
Okay, well they're there. Okay, you want me to start it off? Everybody wants me to start off with
No,
the,
I'm on
with
the
the bottom.
get
one.
over it.
What are we doing?
29 to 32. I like.
I go to a much better team. In
30 Jets. 30 to 45 final game. They got steamrolled as far as the run game goes.
Sheesh.
They're down to their third string quarterback. I don't know if Mike White's coming back. I don't know if Zach Wilson's coming back. It doesn't matter.
Who
They're
won
terrible.
when the Jags and Dolphins played each other?
Who won when the Jags and Dolphins played each other? That was the London
Jags.
game.
The
The Jags
Jags
won.
Yeah.
So
First
why-
field goal
I want to
season.
mention something
Okay,
real
the Jags
fast.
should be above the Dolphins then.
No.
The Jags just beat.
I moved the
The
Jags
Bills.
up. No, they're not better than the Dolphins. Heck out of here.
But they
Okay.
beat the Dolphins.
They should, yeah.
Okay. In a London game, they're better in London.
Oh, you're
let me-
ridiculous with some of your.
No,
freaking
it's really
reasonings,
not.
man.
Are they really better?
Yeah.
They beat them. What else do you need? What do you mean?
Okay, well that's weeks ago. It's fine. It's what the Dolphins
2 weeks
also
ago.
won. The Dolphins also won this week.
Against the Texans.
Okay, but they
Who you
also
have all the
won.
way down there. The freaking
Jags-
Jags beat the Bills.
They didn't
who are
score a
all the
single
way over there.
touchdown.
Near to the Bills.
Okay, I understand that. You really think the Jags are that good?
They played good this week.
Good enough to be above the Dolphins.
Yeah.
No,
I
no,
think they can
absolutely
go up.
not, bro.
They beat.
I
them,
actually
though, and
can't
then the
believe I
Jags
have
just
them.
beat the Bills going into Week 10.
Logan, back me up a little bit. Come on, for frick's sake.
Well, just because they beat the 31 team and not the 32 team, I think they should be above. If they would have beat the 32 team, it would have been no sweat. Jags would have been above.
This is
them.
such a troll right now.
No, the
I
Jags
wanted
should
to
be above
preface that the Washington football team is finally in the mix as
You
one of
give
the
no
worst
respect
teams.
for teams beating each other sometimes.
Oh my
Like you
goodness!
did last week with the
You
Saints
guys
and
give it to me.
Seahawks.
Oh, you overreact to these teams. Oh, now you're not reacting hard enough.
Yeah, but the Jags.
The
should-
Jags and the
in
Dolphins
two.
are interchangeable, in my opinion. They both stink.
Yeah, they
are
both
mediocre
stink.
teams.
Okay, they have Jacoby Brissett now. So are they still even worse? Because you said he's better than Tua is, and
Yeah,
now he's
that's
in.
facts.
Is he better than Trevor
Okay.
Lawrence?
That's in the same category.
The
right
Jags'
now.
defense was really good against.
They beat
the
a
Bills.
top 10 team, and you do them like that.
Even a blind squirrel finds a nut every now and then. I feel
well,
like I'm
for
getting
one week
attacked.
of your power rankings, then that blind squirrel should
I'm
be
getting
up one.
attacked, ladies and gentlemen. I
And
don't
next
feel like
week,
I deserve
what they
it.
do, you could drop them again. But
I hope
for
your
this
I hope
one,
your
they better
energy is
be
that
there.
high for a team that's actually halfway decent and it actually matters. Yeah, whatever. The Dolphins, 27. Whoa, I'm sorry they're not lower than the Jaguars. They're not a worse team than the Jaguars. Everybody slow your dang roll, all right?
Eh.
Calm down, kids. 26, Bears, stay in the same spot. Blew a game versus the Lurs. They are what they are.
Hold on now.
Hold on now. Hold on now what?
The refs blew the game for the Bears. Let's get that
Yeah.
straight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Justin Fields, if
Oh, this is gonna be
if they won that game, they would be saying, "Oh, Justin Fields is coming alive."
Yeah.
They are. Everybody is literally saying right now Justin Fields has come alive. That's all that I'm hearing. And then
well, it's
and
all
then
being distracted with the referee.
and then I'm hearing that the refs blew his game where he's finally made it.
And it's 1 week. I'm not going to overreact to
Justin.
Justin Fields or anything, but
Bro, he's picking on a fourth string safety or cornerback from the Steelers that I've never even heard about, and I'm a diehard Steelers fan.
yeah.
There you go.
I mean, that's smart on his part.
Bears
though.
stink. Bears stink.
They do stink.
And the Steelers stink for letting them get that close to beating them.
Yeah.
But they do that with everybody. We do it with
Exactly.
everybody. Panthers down 2. Go ahead. They deserve to be
I'm
there.
cool with it.
They deserve to be there.
Come on.
Yeah.
At
Come
some
on. Just
point,
say
you
it
have to,
finally.
like-
You have to gain
You got
credibility.
to say like one bad thing about them.
Say it. You have to gain credibility. Do it now while you have your opportunity. Panthers, you are actually bad.
Heck, if
And
we
they're-
had Sam Darnold in our bad QB thing, we might have won.
Yeah, and so we put Matt Ryan in it.
Yep.
Wonder whose idea that was.
Imagine us not being allowed to pick a Panthers player.
Man, even though it was a great decision.
Even though he had like 2 picks.
Okay, yeah, what? They put up 6 points. They got killed. 25-6, I think the final score was.
Yeah. Someone got to euthanize that cat.
Yes. Yes.
He needs to get neutered or
We have,
something.
we have troops on the way immediately. The Falcons are going to move up.
Okay.
One.
I'm not happy with this.
You're not happy with
No.
this.
Should they be lower?
No, they should be.
They
high.
should be. I knew he was going to say they should be higher.
Listen.
But you're not even big on the Falcons, though. Like, they win and you seem sad.
Yeah, because they hurt.
And now, let me before you go. It does seem weird to me because technically they are in the playoffs right now.
Yes.
That they're at 24.
Yes. The Giants, we beat the Giants. I know, obviously, that was
I'm a
just
fan of
one
the
beat. I
Giants.
know the Giants kind of did some other stuff, but again, the Giants aren't too hot right now. The Giants,
Oh, the
I think
Giants
they just beat the
game's
Raiders.
Close. Huh?
They just beat the Raiders.
Yeah, but what did they do the past week?
They beat the
What's
other
their
team. They
record?
beat the Chiefs.
They were close to the Chiefs. No, they didn't beat the Chiefs, but they were
Oh.
close to beating the
They
Chiefs.
beat
Close to the
the
Chiefs.
I
Close
don't
to the
even think
Chiefs.
they're in the playoffs right now, are they?
Oh, heck no, they're
No.
not.
Nah,
The
they're
Vikings are not in the playoffs right now. The Vikings have choked so many games this season. Like, actually, they've choked so many games this season. They're not impressive.
Right, they have. But they're still keeping games close, and their overall roster as a whole intrigues me still.
But they're
Where?
not in the playoffs.
Okay, we can't just go off a playoff.
Right.
We can't, but that's a big factor. That's an additional. Again, they've blown so
Right, like
many
the
games.
Chiefs aren't in the playoffs, and I have the Steelers lower than the
Right.
Chiefs.
Well,
No, but
The
that's
Seahawks
not my
are. The
only
Seahawks
argument.
aren't in the
That's
playoffs
not
either,
my
and they're at
only
14.
argument. But again, we have a better record than them. They're blowing games, and we're in the playoffs. That's 3 things. We beat the Giants. We haven't played the Vikings.
but
I
the
don't
Giants,
know if we played the Vikings.
but the
so
Giants
again.
beat the Raiders. They almost beat the Chiefs. Like the Giants are not bad.
We beat the Saints.
This is what I
which
think's gonna
again,
happen.
Like I said, the Saints I don't think are a bad team.
This is what I think's gonna happen.
Falcons should be. I'd be cool with them being above the Broncos.
No, that's
Yeah.
the only team I wouldn't put them above right now, to be honest.
Really? Okay,
Yeah.
so the Falcons' lack of run game might end up
Yeah.
biting them because we seen what happened to the Steelers last year watching them really close.
But
Like
the thing
they're
is,
really relying on Matt Ryan right now, and he's doing fantastic.
Yes.
But
But
he
again, we've been able to make it work with the passing game, and that's without our star wide receiver.
right.
That's with a bunch of no-names.
But are they going to be able to do that continually though?
But they're doing it right now.
They did it 1 week without him, right?
Yeah. But
1 week.
But I feel like right now, based on the season, they should be above the Giants and the Vikings right now.
See, I like the Giants a lot. I would maybe say they could be above the Broncos.
I get that, but I know the Broncos aren't great. But the Broncos, I think, have the same record as us, and they just beat the Cowboys.
Right, but they're also off of like a 3-game losing streak before that. Like this is the first team. The Broncos, the only teams that they've beaten before this were all garbage teams, and now they finally get a decent win. And any other team that was mediocre or better, they were losing to.
No, you're definitely right. You're definitely right. All right, I'll put them above the Broncos too. I'm not mad.
Hey, you heard it here first, kids. I'm gonna say no to that one. TJ?
He said no.
I just think you're too high on the Giants right now, to be honest.
I mean, I really don't think I'm high.
They
on
just
them.
beat the Raiders.
Yeah,
and
but
they-
do you think the Raiders are great?
They beat the
they're
Raiders?
good.
The Raiders
You're
lost-
talking about records.
The
They're
Raiders
they-
lost their head coach. They lost Henry Ruggs, and their team is in shambles now.
Their one player literally
was-
said he was gonna kill somebody. and they
Exactly.
cut.
He got cut off of the team.
Dang.
The Raiders, I just feel like they're just, I don't know. I feel like they have other issues right now besides playing.
Yeah, but they
football.
won a game when they still had issues.
The Ra-
I don't know.
Right. Yeah, they won the one game after the big
John
know.
Gruden thing. and-
Yeah. Yeah, like well, I can't drop
Like, you
the. I
can't-
already
you can't drop the Raiders freaking how many
like
spots?
double-digit
Right.
spots.
I'm not saying
right?
above the Raiders. I'm just saying right now. I don't know. I'm just not as super impressed by that Giants win over Raiders that again are.
Yeah,
in
but the
shambles
Giants have
right
done
now.
it before. I mean, they've beaten. They
I
beat
think
the
you're
Saints.
really high on the Giants. Yeah, we beat the Saints.
You beat the Saints.
We
They
beat the Giants.
Saints? Oh, I can't wait till I move on to the Saints. I got freaking my butthole ripped
All right,
open.
move on to
I
it.
can't wait.
That's what I'm saying.
Wait, hold on.
If you're-
So Vikings, they're very great at blowing leads. You
Yeah.
are a disappointment. Broncos, congratulations. I don't understand how you dominated the Cowboys like you did.
I know.
I don't know.
I honestly, I don't know. I don't understand how.
It was Von
They're
Miller.
Javonte Williams. Javonte Williams. Let me tell you what. There you go, kids. Good draft pick there. I genuinely don't get it though. Good for them. After they lost Von Miller, it's like they're giving up, and I'm paying attention to this. Teams that give up players and seem like they're giving up. Watch them the next week. They win.
What do you mean?
Whenever
like,
stupid
'cause
tragedies
Broncos?
happen and stuff,
Is
do you
that the
think that there's a
only-
distraction?
Marcus
They
Odell,
win.
they got rid of him, and then they.
That's
hurt the
another one. I
Browns.
wasn't even
mean,
thinking about that.
Oh yeah, wow.
Pay attention to that, kids. Eagles are moving up one. Both them and the Giants will jump the Vikings.
all
I
right.
think the Eagles are better than the Giants.
The Eagles, man, that was such an exciting game. The
Mhm.
Eagles and Chargers.
Mhm.
I love that. I love that. And honestly, I do believe Jalen Hurts is a capable quarterback. Because he, in my opinion, was the one that kept them in that game.
But is he
And
solid enough to get him through a whole season? He doesn't seem like he's reliable every game.
He really doesn't have many great surrounding pieces.
Right.
I don't really think the Eagles' defense is really that good at all. The receiving core is subpar. Miles Sanders
I feel
isn't
like
what he
I'm not
was whenever he
comparing
first came
him
into the
to
league.
Lamar Jackson, but he's kind of in that
He's
role
fast
though,
like
where like
him.
he's very mobile, but he doesn't. His passing game's not there yet.
Right, because, yeah, you're correct. You are correct.
So
He's very similar to Lamar, but just not as shifty in the open field.
right.
But, I don't
So
know.
you think
Like,
they're better than the Giants?
See that? I don't know.
yeah, that was one that I
Do
was
they play each other yet?
questioning. They had to have played each other.
I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't
We
know
never-
if
we haven't
both
played
their
the Ravens
games are
yet,
last
so-
Yeah, maybe not.
at the end of the season, I don't know.
I don't
I would
know.
put the Giants above the Eagles in my opinion.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
Yeah, they both had games where they lost, but they were not bad losses. They almost looked more impressive for a more of like the lower tier team. 49ers are dropping down another spot yet again
They
to
stink.
19.
49ers stink.
Can't do it yet, I guess. But I mean, I would almost have the Giants, Eagles. But I mean, the 49ers just can't. They just look like a disaster.
They are a disaster.
Like they didn't even really fight against the Cardinals with a backup.
Right, yeah, they definitely got dominated.
Their defense got. James Conner looked like a
Right.
freaking top 5 running back in that game.
I mean, he's been looking good all season. So shout
And
out
the
to James
Reds, like,
Conner.
and the Re- I mean, they haven't like played him fully. He's gonna be now because Chase Edmonds is out. But he's always been in the red zone to scoring touchdowns.
Right. I mean, I don't think they want to play him fully because we see what happens whenever he's here in Pittsburgh. He gets hurt.
Yeah. I know.
He can't stay healthy. So the limited, like, splitting the snaps was
Mhm.
definitely his wave. But yeah, the 49ers, I don't want to drop them below
Yeah,
these
just-
other teams
yeah.
yet. Trey Lance has to come in. He has to come in. Even if it's not Jimmy Garoppolo's fault.
Yeah.
Where they're at right now,
Oh,
he has to.
I
They
don't know
need
if
to
their
see.
season's over yet.
I'm not going to say it's over because that final spot in the NFC
Mhm.
is still up
Yeah.
for grabs.
So what do you think about the Saints?
This is what I have to say about the Saints. Screw you, and everybody else. Shoot, screw all you guys. I don't even care.
What?
I got freaking hated on.
Yeah, but
hard.
You got
and
hated
you were
on
involved in
because-
it.
Yes, I was.
You were probably
Because
involved
you
in it. I'd
had
imagine you were
Seattle.
involved in it. Now
What?
look where Seattle's at, baby.
They were on a
14.
They were on a bye. Wait, Seattle was on a bye week, weren't they? And you
Oh,
put them
yeah.
up for a
Yeah, but
spot.
they're getting Russell Wilson.
They're getting
back,
Russell
right?
Wilson back.
Oh,
And that's a game
my
changer.
God.
What? Oh, you want to get freaking dumped on again? I can't wait until next week.
Premature.
Okay,
It's a week.
I
It's
for-
going into week 11.
Okay. And last week you took the Titans down 4. Why? Because they lost Derrick Henry.
You can't tell
they
me.
won.
You can't
That's
tell
true.
me
And they
that the
won.
Seahawks aren't a better team now because they have Russell Wilson.
They might be.
Oh, cut me a freaking break.
They
You
might
have
be.
lost your mind.
They haven't played yet.
What if he forgot
So-
how to throw with that finger?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can't tell me that 3 games that Geno Smith couldn't
Hold
come
on
back
now.
and win, Russell Wilson won because they lost them than less than one
I wouldn't move
possession.
them up 4.
Hold on now. Are you calm down?
The only reason why they were down there is because Russell
Hey.
Wilson was hurt and he was
Hey.
expected to be out for 10 weeks.
Are you done?
Yes.
Yeah, so premature.
Last week,
Last week.
you had him in a bad spot between Seattle and the Saints. That's all.
But did I though? Because the
Yes,
Saints
you did.
lost. The Saints lost. So I don't think I did.
Now you can adjust it. I'm saying your last one. The game didn't happen yet against the Falcons.
Right. Y'all got to remember, this is the Week 10 power rankings. This isn't the Week 9 power rankings.
Guess what? I understand that. That's why I'm saying last week you were wrong because this game didn't happen yet. That's why the freaking...
But I wasn't because you have to anticipate it going into the week. If that was the case, it would have been the other week's power rankings.
No.
Yes.
Because the Seahawks were on a bye this week.
Yep.
So they had no... So how... All I'm saying is last week when we were doing this, I don't know how you had the Saints blow the Seahawks.
Because Russ is coming back.
He was not this... But they were on a bye week this week, though.
Right.
Now you can raise... you raised them 4 spots, so it's a bit aggressive. But... honestly, why? 4 spots?
Well, look at the teams that they went ahead. Come on.
Yeah, but the Chiefs won, Steelers won.
Yeah, come on now. Frick.
I wouldn't do 4.
I wouldn't do 4, though. I understand. I agree. They move up because Russell Wilson coming back. I forgot about that. But...
No, look, all these freaking Saints fans are getting on my freaking tail right now because they didn't think losing Jameis Winston was going to be as big of a deal as it is because Jameis Winston gets dumped on for not being that great. Guess what? There was a reason why he was the starter on the team, and that's why they were where they were.
You act like the Saints got blown out this week. It was a close game. It came down to a freaking game-winning field goal.
Sorry.
The Falcons don't even have the worst record. They have some bad losses this game, but again, they beat the Giants, which you guys are so freaking high on.
You're acting like the Saints blew or lost by 30 or something.
All right, I'm just happy that it happened because of how everybody was on me. So they know that the Saints aren't... Dude, people are saying the Saints should be up in this range right here after losing Jameis Winston. They're out of their freaking mind.
I'm not saying that. Nobody's saying that. The only thing I was saying was...
People are saying that.
I was fighting for 1 spot. That's all I was doing last week.
You didn't get it?
Because you were crazy.
And I was right.
What number are we on?
You weren't.
We're on 13.
We're about to be moving on to 17 right now. Who's the Raiders? They actually had the biggest dump off at
Yidge.
-6.
Yidge.
What's that about?
What's that about?
Yeah.
It's catching up to him. John Gruden.
Yeah.
Henry Ruggs.
Yeah.
Arnett, whatever the heck the dude's name is, trying to kill somebody, whatever he was doing.
Honestly, they
Wonder if
didn't
he ever
even
got
play
to
that bad. Derek Carr is the one. He just threw
Derek
those
Carr had an
picks and he had a
awful game.
pick 6.
Derek Carr does this, though.
Breaking news. Nick Chubb has COVID.
Oh, my freaking goodness. That's amazing.
No, it's not. Why couldn't he get COVID I don't know, a couple weeks ago?
Yeah, I know. Okay, true. But
So
we can still...
do you move your Browns down now because of that?
Hold on now. Hold on now. Hold on.
Hold on now.
Please, give some respect. All right?
Well.
Derek Carr, besides his MVP season, does this. He does this.
So,
Exactly.
why
And he
did you
started
drop
off
him 6
very hot.
spots?
Because of everything piling up. They are where they need to
So you
be.
think they're going to bounce back?
No.
Okay. So then he doesn't do... Well, even if he does this, then I guess it doesn't matter.
Even if he does what?
You're saying...
No, I'm
he
saying
has these
Derek
crazy
Carr
games.
does this. He has bad games.
Yeah.
He has bad games. This is Derek Carr.
How
This
you're
is who he
saying
has
that-
been his whole career,
How
to be
you're
honest.
saying is it makes it seem like you shouldn't overreact about this loss.
I'm not more or less overreacting about the loss. I'm just overreacting. I mean, I'm not even going to say I'm overreacting.
You
I'm
put
just
him down
reacting.
6 spots. What if the Chiefs really done that? They should be at 50.
Hey, Tom,
It might
I like
happen.
it. I like your list up until now, but now I think things are going to start to make me a little upset.
Oh man,
But
I
hey,
thought
hey.
I freaking thought what I went through was the gauntlet. Holy
Hey,
crap!
Up until 17, you're looking high. There's a few things that I would move 1 or 2 spots, but
Yeah, it's
nothing that I'm
not
going
terrible.
to freak out about.
I know. I'm ready for it, cuz. Let's go. 16 Steelers drop 2 spots. This is surprising to me. This is the lowest I've ever had them, and it's actually coming off a loss, and they're on a win streak right now. We talked about 4 games, and this is actually the lowest I've had them. It's just
Their secondary blew it.
their secondary blew it, and they're just
Yeah.
not. Their offense, I don't understand how we put up as many points as we did because their offense
Play
just
calling was
is I don't know. I'm very not impressed with it, and it sucks to say. It's amazing that we're technically in the playoffs right now, but if you want me to be honest, I don't think we're going to be in the playoffs come the end of the year.
That's honest.
That's really how I feel. It actually pains me to
but
say
hey,
that.
you can be wrong.
I can be wrong, and I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong.
Right
I
now,
just-
I can't say they will be, but I can't say they won't be.
This is nearly the exact opposite of the Baltimore Ravens. We play one good half and then we play one bad half. We can't
Yeah.
play a full game. They can't play a full game, and it disappoints me.
Check out the Steelers' reaction for more talk about that.
Yeah. So Yeah, I don't know. So 15 is the Chiefs. They win.
Hold on now.
Yep, they won. They actually won, and they also moved down 2. And
So
this is more because of the other teams that moved ahead of them.
So they moved down 2, but
Right.
the Seahawks moved
Right,
up
and the Seahawks.
4.
And I feel like, can you really argue with that though?
I
Because
don't know.
team.
I know they're getting Russell Wilson back, but
You can't move them above the Chiefs.
who you
Fourth
picking?
or
I'm picking
five.
Seahawks with Russell Wilson.
I'm
If they
picking
played each
I would
other
too.
tomorrow,
I would too.
But you
And that's-
can't.
but I can't.
But they didn't.
But are you going to argue for a team that you've been hating on the whole year?
I'm
On the
I'm gonna
Chiefs.
argue that the Chiefs should be above the Seahawks
Honestly,
right now. yes.
honestly, even though they won, this kind of solidified for me that the Chiefs aren't here this season. They
They're-
couldn't
yeah.
dominate a Jordan Love run offense with the Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, they don't seem like they
So
care.
I just feel
and
like-
that's not to say that the Packers actually have a pretty
Well,
good
the
defense.
thing with the Jordan Love thing though is the Chiefs or the Packers defense, I guess, is pretty legit though.
The Packers defense
Yes.
is good.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, you're
So-
right. I just don't.
But
I
Patrick
don't know.
Mahomes hasn't been able to move the ball.
No.
in
I mean,
anybody.
this has been the Chiefs' thing. It's been their offense. This is why they've been so great. Their offense is the most explosive thing we've ever seen.
Not
And
this
it's
season.
not. And it's not now. And it's not.
But
The fact of the matter is, you know what I mean. How much longer are we gonna wait for him to turn around? You know, sooner or later it's gonna be
second
too
half
late.
of the season. So we're second half of the season right now.
But that's a team though. It scares me because they're out of the playoffs right now, and they can easily band a couple games together, and now they're in the playoffs. And if they're in the playoffs,
I know.
Do you want your team versus the
No.
Chiefs in the playoffs?
No.
Despite what the record
Do
is,
they
Right.
have the hardest
Yeah.
schedule? Do you know who
the
has
Steelers
We
do.
do.
Oh,
The Steelers have the hardest schedule.
They had it coming in, but they still do because we have the Chargers, we have the Chiefs, which
It's
doesn't
a-
look as bad now.
Ravens,
but we have Ravens
X2.
twice, Browns once, Bengals once.
It's a very, very brutal schedule.
The easiest game we have is the Lions coming up, and then maybe the Vikings.
Right. All right. We have the Seahawks at 14. They actually moved up. I've never had a team move up so much after just because they had a bye week, but it really has a lot of
Russell,
implications
I mean,
with Russell
he's
Wilson.
definitely the difference because Geno Smith had him in games every week.
Because
Yeah.
honestly, I wanted you guys to think about this for a second. The Seahawks would have 3 more wins than what they do if they had Russell Wilson.
You're right.
maybe.
They should have beat the Rams, but Geno turned it over in the final drive. Against the Steelers, T.J. Watt stripped them at the end of the game.
And then there was another game. I don't remember who it was. There was literally 3 games back to back to back where it was
Was it
a
the
one
Saints?
possession game. Might have been the Saints. That's what I was thinking. Don't quote me on that. Where you just had the feeling because Russell Wilson just does it all the time where he comes back in games when they're
Mhm.
losing.
Who knows?
Not
if
even
they
to
would've been in
say
that situation.
exactly. They might not even have been in that
Right.
situation. But
I can't argue that.
I
Them
can.
being there.
right. I mean, even Pete Carroll was up like
It's going to be
frustrating.
Dude, I'm actually very
Yeah.
interested to see them against the Packers. He could not come back at a better time.
No, that's the game this week. The Packers. Holy crap! That's.
That's huge.
That's gonna be a good game.
Oh, I mean, I don't expect them to win that game. I really don't.
Aaron Rodgers coming back too.
So I do not expect them to
Huh?
win that
Maybe.
game.
I don't
I
know.
think he's gonna play,
I will
man.
pick
Hopefully.
I would pick the Packers, but
Hey, we'll see. We'll see.
Russell Wilson.
Talk about
I don't
13.
like betting against them. Too
Talk about
much.
13 now. Patriots.
What are
How
you
the
doing?
heck are they at 13, dude?
What are you doing? Who is that?
Oh my goodness.
Patriots.
Yeah, but what jersey is that?
81, baby,
even
Gronk.
Yeah.
Why do you have a Patriots jersey on?
Because they moved up
He
twice.
moved up. He went in my closet.
They pummeled your team, your second favorite team, and you're gonna wear their jersey.
That is true. What the heck? Imagine losing to the Bears, and I come on here with a Bears jersey.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey, you
Hey,
gotta
could
switch
not be
things up,
me.
bro.
Could not be me.
Dang.
You know
that
what they
is-
say, going fishing.
By the way, if you guys have been enjoying the video, please drop a like
Hold
on
now.
it.
We're
Please
really
drop a
letting
like.
this slide. I didn't even think
I didn't
of
even
that.
know what
He
to
had
say.
that on. I was like, what is he doing? I thought
don't
he
even
lost
know
a
what to
bet
say.
or something. I was like, they lost 2 days ago. What bet happens 3 days down the line?
Looks good with my shorts.
Imagine wearing a team that will beat you.
Hey, you know what they
Hey.
say, bro. The fish gonna bite sometimes.
What does that even mean?
Just mad about that bait.
I don't know.
Wow,
Yeah, I don't know. Boys,
hate
what do you
that.
think about that? Would you ever wear a jersey of a team that your
Willingly.
team just lost to
Willingly.
because
Whoa.
you want to?
It's Tuesday now.
It's Tuesday now. He said, "Hey, it's Tuesdays."
If I would've worn
Maybe
this-
this is him showing that he hates the Panthers. And they
If I would
suck.
have worn this on Monday, it'd have been a different story.
Hey, that's
How?
all we needed to see. So, the Patriots are
You're wearing two things. Well, you picked up something and you're wearing something that's no longer even on the Patriots.
Okay. I can't focus anymore.
Yeah, we're losing it here. So
All
the
right.
Patriots are the team.
They play
that-
the Browns this week, dude. That's going to show something.
Huge.
That's going to show something.
Let's go, Pats.
They can win the division.
Oh, yeah, technically
Jones.
they can.
Right
I'm
now,
not going to
yeah.
roll them out at this point with
Well,
how
game
well
on.
they've
They didn't
been.
even play the Bills yet.
So I want to point it out now. I want to give a congratulations to the Patriots because they're the number one team that has moved up the highest in the rankings since the beginning of the year. Round of applause. Round of applause. We don't have hands here. We don't have hands. We're all holding our mic except for Logan. Yeah, I
no,
think
they're impressive.
they started at 25.
Mac Jones with that little dirty play tried taking the dude's ankle off.
Yeah.
I didn't see that. What the heck happened?
It's not good.
He got
Interesting.
strip sacked, and then I guess he got up and just tried to just
The
tear up.
dude
dude's
was
ankle.
running, and Mac Jones just grabbed his ankle as he was running and just like twisted it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Wow.
It's like what do they call that? The death roll.
Death roll, yeah. Gators
Give
do
him the
that.
death roll.
Yeah, you must have learned that in the bayou.
Hey,
Never
yeah,
been
congratulations, Patriots. You're doing it.
there.
Yeah.
Down there in Bama.
What about the Bengals? What are they
Minus
doing?
5 for the Bengals. I need to give them a reality check.
Whoa.
I'm looking at the team. I'm looking at the teams ahead of
Whoa.
them, and
I
yeah.
just have to give them a reality
it.
check.
I like it.
Well,
It's a 2-game
okay.
skid.
Bengals play the
Whoa.
Chargers.
No, I don't think so. Not yet. Did they? I don't know.
I think
No, they haven't played them yet. I don't think.
Yeah.
No. Bengals or Chargers?
I think that was
No.
the Ravens definitely played the Chargers.
Yeah.
I just don't know if the Bengals did.
Yeah.
I'm getting those worries again.
I know.
I'm getting them again.
It's fair, dude. Joe Burrow's throwing a lot of picks.
Because we were talking about it, and I
He's
didn't even
throwing a lot of
realize.
picks.
I did not realize Joe Burrow. He
Yeah.
throws a lot of picks, and
The
he's
only
gone away
thing-
with it.
Which again, like I said, the only thing I can think of is it's the Jets loss, which that's atrocious. But the Titans have done it. That seems to be the trend this year: is lose to one.
Yeah, the
horrible
way that
team.
they lost to the Browns, though, the Browns did dominate them.
You're right. But again, the Bengals did dominate the Ravens, and these are divisional games.
Right,
So
that
who
dude-
knows?
That's what makes this so tough to
knows
rank these teams. It's genuinely
how the next team's
so
gonna go.
difficult.
Their next 4 games will really speak a lot because they play the Raiders next, then the Steelers, then the Chargers, and then the 49ers.
Wow.
Okay.
So, like, if they lose all 4 of those,
I hope they do.
that'd
I
be
don't
tough.
know.
I could see them losing all 4 as well.
that would be insane.
I don't know if they can't beat the Raiders, man. That's
Right now, I just feel a little bit better. I don't know, man. It's
Honestly,
tough.
I feel like I could see them winning 3
I
of those
can't
games.
even
Yeah.
pick Pittsburgh to beat them.
Whoa.
Right.
I can't.
Tom
Right.
can. Tom can.
I might be able to. I
Oh,
don't
look,
know.
you got him above him.
Above the Steelers?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's saying he doesn't think you.
I don't think I could pick the Steelers to beat the Bengals.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, that's what you're saying, too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I can.
Okay.
Go Lurs.
Go Larry's, baby. I don't know. I honestly I might pick them though. I might pick
Whoa,
the Steelers.
whoa,
We'll
whoa,
see.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
We gotta wait till the day comes.
You all right?
There are many moons that must pass before we get to that game.
Yeah.
What a
So,
call.
the Chargers actually did drop
1.
1.
After winning.
I don't know.
I
I-
am looking at teams
I don't-
above.
I just
them.
want to love the Chargers, but the Chargers
too.
just
The Chargers and the
are
Bengals.
average.
The Chargers and the Bengals are 2 teams I really want to get behind and like, but they're doing really stupid things.
I was expecting an MVP season from Justin Herbert.
Yeah.
If I didn't pick Josh Allen, I was picking Justin Herbert. I really
He wasn't
thought.
running at the beginning of the
The
season.
thing is, this is his season to do it too. With the Chiefs kind of falling off at the beginning,
Yeah.
he should
Exactly.
have been off to the races.
Exactly.
With
That's
it,
what. Yeah, they're not even number 1 in their own division,
No.
man. They should be.
But no team is.
Yeah, that division's
They
so
all just-
tight. The AFC
yeah.
West is so tight.
Who is it? The
The
Raiders?
Raiders,
that are
I
leading
think,
right now?
still.
yeah,
yeah.
like none of these divisions make sense.
Who's
Steelers
second in
number
division?
2.
The Broncos second.
The
in
Broncos,
division?
though, baby.
I
I
don't know.
don't know.
The Chargers just won. They might be second. I don't know.
Ravens are getting back into the top 10.
Oh, wow.
And
What would you do if they lost to the Vikings?
what would I have done if they lost to the Vikings?
Who's this close?
That's a good question. I can guarantee you that the Chargers would be ahead of them.
I don't know, man.
I would say the Chargers would be
I don't
ahead
know
of
if I'd
them.
move them that much.
No.
Yeah.
I don't
think
Yeah.
I'd move
This
them.
is a team that's been kind of locked in around this area.
You have them away, though.
TJ thinks I have him way low. Check out his top 10 if you want
I am
to. If
with
you want to
on
get
the
freaking
Ravens,
hyped on the
though.
Ravens.
They can't, so many close games. I mean, I do think it will catch up with them.
Yeah.
Then again, I mean,
So-
maybe they're just that clutch at the end of games. We've seen teams that have been able to do it, but they can't. I mean, I don't know. They're taking a risk, playing a terrible first half.
They beat the Vikings.
Beat the Vikings.
They beat the Chargers.
Okay.
They beat the Colts.
Beat the Colts. They beat some good teams.
They beat the Colts.
They beat the Colts.
That was a hard
Whenever
one.
Right, they beat the Colts whenever everybody's expecting them to beat the Colts.
They beat
Except
the
for me.
Colts.
They beat the Colts. You said that 3 times. Thank you. Who else they beat? They beat the Chiefs.
Raiders.
They do have
Lions.
some.
Yeah, well,
they
that
have
Chiefs
some
win
good.
doesn't look as impressive anymore.
Right.
They beat the Colts.
To be fair, that's actually impressive you saying that because the teams that they have beaten, all in all, are pretty good.
So you put them at 10.
Yeah, because the Browns jumped them again, baby.
Oh.
We're back on the train.
We want to talk about Jumper. There's the nickname this week. Jumper.
It's so.
Yeah, up 5 spots.
So
Off of one game.
I love the Browns.
Okay.
I want to back the Browns up, and I'm telling myself that they're a better team now that Odell's distraction is gone.
What you do is you have a team that you have your mind set on, and you're like, I like this team. And then they show up, and they do something good a week, and you're like, okay, this is it.
And
This is it,
Solidified.
baby.
And
And
you
the-
jump a little too high
And
with
you
it.
go to Sky Zone and hop on those trampolines.
You jump a little too high with it.
Jumper.
But you see how high that I had them already before. They
Yeah,
were
you had
a
them in
top
top
5
5.
team. And then lost, whatever. They're losing. I had to slow down a little bit. I think it would give everybody skepticism. And now that Odell is gone, the fact of the matter
What does
is
that matter?
the fact
Odell was a distraction.
They just
Odell was a distraction.
play better without him.
They are.
Yeah, but do you really
they
think
do.
that was
I mean,
'cause of
that's
him?
only 1 week, but I
It
think
happened last. They played better last year
Mhm.
without him.
a lot
last
of teams.
week when they lost.
Last year.
Oh.
A lot of teams aren't even looking into Odell because of like the drama he brings.
Apparently he's
with them.
going to the Seahawks, possibly. Russell
Yeah,
Wilson
they
wants some.
the Seahawks are a team that would do that without
Yeah.
a doubt.
So what happens when the Browns lose to the Patriots this week? Do you put the Patriots in the top 10 team? Top 10 teams?
No, probably not.
You don't.
Why though? I mean,
Wow,
they beat
you
the
don't.
Chargers. At that point, they would have beat the Browns.
You are out of your.
I just can't look at the Patriots.
Okay, but you
and
can look at the
say-
Browns.
See,
Yeah,
that
because
is your problem.
The Browns have
You were down on the Patriots start of the season, so your mind the whole season now is like, I can never put them that high.
Yeah.
Or maybe you're too scared.
no because
to.
I'm looking
He's
at the
nervous.
roster. It's more than the record. The teams they beat is great, but you got to look at the overall team as a whole.
Yeah, but
I'm
you gotta
looking
look- you
at
gotta
the
look at those things
Cleveland
Yeah,
too.
but
Browns.
when overall teams as a whole are losing, just
Here-
because they have a better team on paper, like you can't always
Here's the thing,
make
though.
that your deciding factor.
With looking at the roster, you got to look at the coaching staff, and the Patriots arguably have one of the best.
They
coaching
have one of the
staffs.
best coaching staffs.
in the
One of the best
NFL.
coaches.
Look at Bill's
They have a
son.
terrible draft.
Yeah,
they
Bill
they
Simmons
can't
is
beast.
unhinged, and he's nuts.
Okay.
Crazy.
That's huge, and
Just
that's
'cause he
big
makes
for the
it-
team.
that tongue face doesn't mean he's great.
He's pretty good.
Saying, how many, it's just like how many times does the best team on paper win the Super Bowl? Like you can't always make that your deciding
It's
factor.
all about momentum. That's what the Super Bowl is
And
And,
they
about.
have a lot
who
of
has
momentum.
momentum? The Patriots, and especially if they beat the Browns.
All right, we'll see when
And
that
they've
time
already
comes.
beat the Chargers.
All right, I do not want to roll it out that they'll be in the top 10.
They do.
But I don't see it happening.
Yeah, you're
The
crappy.
Browns
Yeah.
have an incredible young team,
Oh, do I want the
a
Browns to
great.
lose? Oh, do I want them to lose? this
Yeah,
week?
so do I.
Oh, do I want them to
So
lose?
do I.
No, you just said I like the Browns, and I quote:
I
like
like
the
them
Browns."
as in
You
like
said
I
you
like them
love
as a good
You said
team.
you love them.
Love is a strong word.
Don't even
You-
twist my words around to make them someone that they're not. Whenever I say I like them, that means I
Well, that
really
means that you
believe that they're
ride
a
'em.
very good team.
And that means that you want to hop on a trampoline and jump with them.
Yeah, you're so funny. The Browns have an incredible young defense. Look,
Where
maybe
were they last
they're
week?
inconsistent.
Yeah, where were they at then?
times?
You're talking about their defense.
One,
Maybe
Where
they're
they at?
inconsistent at times.
They were at 14
Dude, they had a
last week.
99-yard pick six.
They were below the Patriots. If you would
Oh,
have
so
had
that automatically makes them
Miles Garrett
unbelievable.
minus T.J. Watt is
Yeah.
the best defender. Well, and Aaron Donald in the whole NFL.
Okay.
In the whole NFL, and he's young.
Yeah.
Their whole team's young. They've been building through free agency. They've been drafting.
I mean, the Browns lost to the Steelers.
And then the game before that, they
Without
came
Boswell.
and 17 to
sucked.
14 with the Broncos. A
We'll
field goal.
see it.
A game
I
winning field
am
goal.
fully expecting the Browns to beat the Chiefs.
The Browns lose to the Steelers.
Or sorry, the
Browns beat the
Patriots.
Patriots.
Okay,
They
but
beat the Bengals, and somehow they're just all the way
With
up.
Where they
Nick
at?
Chubb-
Where they
Nick
at?
Chubb is
Here are the
gonna be out.
Steelers down. Oh, here's the Steelers
Yeah, now
all the way
Nick Chubb's
down.
gonna be out,
Yeah.
which freaking
Steelers
sucks
all the way
for
down
me.
here. Beat them.
and the week before that, 23 the Broncos, 14 to 17.
Okay. So where are they at? Where are they at, kids?
The 14. What did they wear last week?
The Browns.
14. I want you to tell me. Instead of telling me where they're at, I want you to tell me every team that is ahead of the Browns right now.
Wait, the Browns?
Yeah.
Ravens,
teams are-
Chargers, Bengals.
I would put the Titans, the Bills, the Cowboys, the Buccaneers.
Well,
the
that aren't
Packers.
above them already.
Oh.
Ravens, Chargers at least. I'm fine
Ravens
with them
and
going up
Chargers.
3.
Ravens, Chargers. I can't do the Bengals because they just
To be
lost.
honest, I would only put the Ravens over them.
I'd put Ravens and
I'd put the
Chargers.
Chargers haven't.
All right, so how hard am I really riding them then? If I
'Cause
only have
you
them
did
2
put 'em
spots
above the
higher than you
Ravens.
guys.
And that's the top 10 teams.
The Ravens don't impress me.
The top-
They do not impress me.
But they're winning.
They're winning. Yeah, they're winning. And
It's
that's
not
why I
about
have them as high
impress.
as 10, or else they'd be at like 15.
Huh?
Yeah.
I didn't listen to what you just said.
I have them as high as 10 because they're winning. If not, they'd probably be around 15.
Hey,
That's
the Browns
crazy.
are going to brown it up.
I
Hear
hope
me
they
out.
do. I
Wait,
can't
so you
preface
wanna
that
be
enough.
wrong?
I really hope they. Yeah, because I want the Steelers to do better, and I want the Steelers to have a higher chance to make it to the playoffs.
So put the Steelers at number 1. Everybody watches this and they know
No,
the number 1 team
because-
has to win.
Literally, this does not mean okay. Why do you guys even talk sometimes? You make me sad.
Talk about number 8.
Why
Talk
do you
about
do
number
the
8.
things that you do?
Huh?
Talk about number 8.
I'll talk about number 8. The Tennessee Titans, they move up 4 spots. They did it. They impressed me. I don't understand it. I do still have my questions, but they deserve to be acknowledged. And I put them at the number 8 spot because of the very impressive victory that they had over a very good team. Yes, Joe.
Question.
Yes.
Who did the Titans beat this year?
The Rams.
Colts twice.
Colts twice.
Who else?
Colts twice. That's
Who
pretty
else?
good. Who else? I mean, they don't have a ton of wins under their belt.
Who else they beat, Tom?
I don't know. They lost to the Jets. I know that.
They did.
Who else did they beat?
They beat the Bills.
They beat the Bills.
Bills
Not-
lost to the Jags.
Yeah, I know. They're not better than the Bills. They're not better than the Bills. Come on now.
Titans? Even
Come
though
on
they
now.
beat them?
They're not better than the Bills.
Oh, but when they beat them?
I can't wait. I cannot wait because
Can't wait to what?
they
Till
had,
beat
they, had
them
an,
again?
they had an amazing game with Derrick Henry. Without Derrick Henry,
Okay.
they still don't have Derrick Henry.
Okay. And they had an amazing game without him.
All right, well,
And
we'll
they
see.
beat the number 1 team?
I can't wait because they're not going to keep it up like this.
Okay.
They're a very good team.
You
They're
say
a
that.
playoff team without a doubt.
You say that. You want to like make sure you said that? And it's like on
They're a
footage?
playoff team without a doubt. They're a very good team. They're
Okay,
not
pull something.
as good as they were.
How long is
without
Derrick Henry
Henry
going to be out?
The
What
whole
is it, 10
season.
weeks? Yeah.
No,
so
it's
he
not
comes in the
guaranteed the whole
playoffs.
season, but most likely.
Hey,
he'll
you guys
be.
heard it though. He said they're not making the playoffs. He said they're not a good team.
I
Come
said they
back
are a playoff team. They are going to make the playoffs.
Come
There's no
back
question about that.
in the playoffs and then come back to this clip because he said it. He said it.
What did I
He
say?
said they're not going to keep it up.
Yeah, they're not.
They're
They're
not
not
gonna keep it up.
going
What's
to
their
keep it
schedule
up.
looking like?
That's
That's what I'm
that's
wondering.
my true belief. They're not going to keep it up.
Come back.
And honestly, that really depends on. I have not
See,
looked at any of these
that's the
teams'
problem,
schedules.
too. I know you can't look ahead.
I
too
haven't
much,
looked at their schedules.
But man,
What is it,
Saints.
easy?
Houston, Patriots. Okay, bye week. Jags,
Okay,
Steelers, 49ers,
that's incredibly
Dolphins, Houston.
Okay, so this is what we have here. This is incredibly easy. This might be the easiest schedule.
So here's my question to you then.
They're going to start winning a lot of games. Yeah,
They're not gonna keep it up,
You're
though.
going to ask me. They're going to say they're going to keep winning.
No, my question.
Okay, go ahead.
Is that a question? My question to you, Tom.
Yeah,
So if they do keep winning, though, are you going to refuse?
not what I just said.
But it was you didn't say a question. If they do keep winning, are you going to always refuse to move them up because they don't have Derrick Henry then, even though they're beating these bad teams?
That wouldn't be the reason why I wouldn't move them up
Why wouldn't you move them up then?
because they're beating bad teams.
So there's no chance then that the Titans could ever go higher than this season.
No, they 100. I'm telling you right now,
Rigged.
they're going to be high.
Rigged.
They're going to be higher because of the people that they've versed. I haven't looked
Here's
ahead
the-
to their schedule
yeah.
because that's not what it's about.
Here's the
I know.
argument. The argument is going to be they have bad teams that are left to play, and if they beat the bad teams, perfect. They beat the bad teams, but the good teams that they've already played, they've beaten them. So that should be the good teams that
Right.
they did
They're
face
set
this
up.
season.
This is going to be you.
Yeah.
They are.
I'm coming
on-
from the future.
I don't think they should.
Oh,
be,
Titans didn't move up. Why? Oh, because they beat the Texans. Big whoop. Oh my God, they beat
You
the
got to realize
Dolphins.
they're
Big
already
whoop.
at 8. They're in the top 10.
They're
They've
at-
been acknowledged.
They should have been last week too.
Well,
All right, whatever. Look,
They're
it's an awkward situation for me
yeah,
because
because you keep screwing them.
You're not going to like this, but right now I would have the Titans above the Colts.
Oh yeah,
no,
don't even
Titans
get me
beat
on
the
that
Colts
one.
twice,
nope, don't matter. Colts are better.
It doesn't matter.
but they haven't shown it yet.
And the Titans are on a 5-game win streak. The Colts don't even have
see,
5
that's
wins.
the thing. It does matter who teams beat because I agree. I
Yeah.
do think the Colts are better, but man, it's like whenever you say they lost to the Titans twice, it's so hard to argue.
Yeah,
Like,
they lost the Titans twice. That's in their own division. So like how
The Colts
Obviously, they could still make it in
Colts
the
have
playoffs.
a better
Right.
offensive line.
Yes,
they have
do.
a better
Yes,
defense.
they do.
Then why aren't they winning?
you're right. but they lost
Time to
twice.
start out. They've had some very disappointing losses,
they have.
which they easily could have
Ravens
won.
and the Titans were very disappointing losses.
And you can't even say because one of them was with Carson Wentz back.
If the Titans had a tougher schedule, because I'm with you with the Titans too. I think without Henry they would kind of dip off, but their schedule is so easy.
That's the
it's
problem
hard to-
with me, and I want to say this right now. I'm going to look like a fool for the Titans right now for probably the rest of the season because they're going to win a crap ton of games. I'm going to have to wait until the playoffs come. And then if Derrick Henry comes back, then they have a good chance of winning. But they actually don't verse any good teams
I
the
think-
rest of the
yeah,
year.
I
I
think
can
Derrick
translate
Henry-
that. I can translate that. He knows he's wrong. They should be higher, but he just doesn't want to admit it.
They're not that good of a team, man. I genuinely believe that.
Okay, they're on a
Their record's going to be incredible.
I'm having a hard time.
This is what's going to happen. You look at anybody else's power rankings, the Tennessee Titans
Here's the
4
thing,
weeks from now are going to be easily in the top 5.
They beat 3 out of the 7 teams you have higher than them. And one of them is the number 2 spot.
And they're on a 5-game
And that was
win
without
streak.
Derrick Henry. I get that. I agree
Well,
that
one
they're
of them
gonna
was
fall
without
off.
Derrick Henry.
I'm saying the number 2 spot was without
They
Derrick
beat the
Henry.
Rams.
Yeah, they beat
So-
the Rams. I watched the game. I was
And the
mind
Colts.
blown.
What I'm saying is
And
I
the
agree.
Bills.
I think they're going to fall off. But right now.
Well, they're not going to fall off.
No, they're going to do worse without Derrick Henry. I'm not saying they're going to lose games, but,
But
they're not
that's
gonna win
never
going to
be shown because of the
Never say
terrible
never.
schedule
You're
that
right.
they have.
But so why should they be punished because of that?
I'm not punishing them because of that.
You are.
I'm
You're
putting
12.
myself. I don't believe they're that great of a team. Although they're going to win a crap ton of games because the people that they verse are great, which is going to force me to bring the Titans up higher. I'm going to have to. I understand that. Or else I'm just going to hear from you idiots every single week
Because
whenever
they're
I don't
proving
do it.
They're proving it.
Yeah, they're doing very well
I don't
right
know
now.
why.
I just don't trust them as much
It's
as
just
other
with the
people.
Bills,
Nah,
though. Like,
no.
they had some dominating games, but man, it's like you look at the Steelers game week 1, and then what they just did with the Jags. Just like, what are they?
Yeah, they lost
I
3
don't know what
games.
they are. You know what I mean?
Hey,
You
that's
might be
fair.
too high
That's
on
fair.
the Bills right now.
That's fair. I'm going to say I love the Titans in the beginning of the year. I love the Titans
That's
in the
why I
beginning
didn't
of the year.
like them.
Yeah, so that's to me how important that I believe Derrick Henry is to their team.
But they won without him, like I said.
They won without him.
Like I said.
I mean, I can't argue with that.
All right, we'll move. Let's go to the Bills. We'll get number 7.
The Bills dropped down 5 spots. I had them at number 2. They've had 2 meh weeks in the first 2 very bad teams.
Yeah.
the
I don't know what's
Dolphins, they
going
could've
on.
Lost, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know what's going
That's
on
what
with the
you got
Bills.
too. Is they blew out the Dolphins the first time they played, and now that one was close, and then it was a close game with the Jags, and they lost.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I don't understand. I don't understand a lot of these teams.
No,
Too
I
much
agree
on
though.
Josh
You can't
Allen.
drop them too far too fast though. So
Nah, I
don't
agree.
hate them.
I
They
agree
don't
with
have
that
a
one.
run
I agree with
game.
that one.
Yeah, you can't drop them too far, but
No, I agree with how he did.
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow, I didn't see that one coming, guys. Well, that feels pretty good. Number
'Cause they lost
6.
to the Jags.
Yeah, I know, but finally somebody actually like kind of
You could drop
agrees.
him more,
I
honestly.
still think the Titans should be above them right now, just because they
Yeah.
beat the Bills.
Yeah,
and the
fair
Bills
enough.
have 2 very unimpressive weeks.
I just don't think you stick to your own morals.
In what way? Like I don't.
Because like the thing where you're like, okay, I don't want to drop the Bills too much because they lost to the Jags, which I get. But then
It's teams that I believe in the Bills still. I know that they've had some bad weeks lately.
Just because you believe in them doesn't mean they're good or bad.
It's my power rankings. It's not yours.
No, I know, but you're basing it off of what you have hope. You have hope that they're going to do good, so you move them up 3.
I know they're gonna do good. Is that better? Does that make you feel better?
I
Yeah,
thought you
there you
knew that
go.
the Rams are going to do good too.
They're still a really good team.
But what-
Like
yeah,
I,
they are. But what happened
all these
last week?
teams are losing to every team. It's
yeah.
that's
one
it's just
game.
it's
Do
just
not,
happening.
Do not dump off the Rams right now. It's one game.
The Cowboys can move
They're
down 2
7-2.
spots. The Cowboys moved
Yeah,
down
that's
2
good.
spots. Okay. What do you want me to say? They freaking got smacked by the Broncos.
So you still like the Cowboys more than the Bills?
Yeah.
Right.
I do like the Cowboys more than the Bills. Well, I never liked the Cowboys more than the Bills,
know,
except
that's-
for this week.
That's what I'm saying.
So yeah, I feel like that's pretty fair for me to say. Number 5, the Colts.
There it is. There's a slap. Everybody slap them. We said if you have them in the top 5, you're getting
Hey, you
slapped.
said it. I laughed at it.
Okay, I'm with you with the Colts more than
They shouldn't
anyone.
be there right
okay,
now.
but I don't know if I could put them as a top 5 team right now.
You moved them up 3 after beating who? Oh, the
It's
30th
really
team.
hard.
I knew you were gonna say it.
It's really hard to put them in the top 5 right now.
Ooh,
I'm
no,
with
they-
you with that.
I
I
get it.
believe in them as much as you do.
They had a dominant performance against the Jets, which they should have, but again, it's the Jets. I just can't. I don't know. I can't put them there.
And they had a very close game against the Titans, but they didn't win.
Nope.
He didn't win.
Should we
And that's
go
a
through
game
their-
that they needed to win.
See, this is one where like they'll get there, but you just too soon.
Oh.
I see that. That's fair. That's fair. I'm a massive fan of the Indianapolis Colts. I love every piece
I do too.
on their offense and
But
defense. Michael Pittman has
man.
been better than I had expected him to be. Oh, okay, yeah. I love the Colts. Shocker, kids. They don't have a winning record. They're in my top 5. I love
Jets 45-30. They won. Titans 34-31. They lost. 49ers 30-18. They won. Where are the 49ers at? Oh, 19. Okay, then they beat the Colts 31-3. What are the Texans at? Oh, 31. Oh, then they lost to the Ravens. Where are the Ravens at? Oh, 10. Okay. Then they beat the Dolphins. Where are the Dolphins at? 27. Okay. Lost to the Titans again. They lost to the Rams, and then they lost to the Seahawks. Where are the Seahawks at? 14. I don't have enough energy to argue it. You can't think you're right.
I love the Colts.
can't
Yeah, but you
have them at
can't
number
do that. You
5 right
can't
now.
do that.
I love the Panthers, and I kind of.
Oh, you
Whoa,
did.
okay.
I do love the Panthers, and
Okay.
I agree with them.
You're
being at
wearing a
25.
Patriots jersey, TJ.
So what?
No, come on. If the Steelers lost, you're really gonna be able to wear a
Look,
the
I
opposing
literally
team's jersey.
I base my outfit based on the first thing I see in my wardrobe. And this is the first thing I seen.
That was in my closet, by the way.
It was in my. Is this yours? Because it wasn't mine. I don't remember buying this.
Yeah,
It's an Aaron
that was his
Hernandez
Halloween
jersey.
costume one.
Okay. So
It was bought for a meme, kids. For a video.
I don't know. It ended up in my closet somehow. I put it on. I didn't think anything of the game.
Disgusting. I can't back that.
Yeah, you say you love the Panthers, but you can't say they're good.
No, that's what I'm saying. I like the Panthers. I love the Panthers, but I'm not going to put them on my top 5.
Yeah, but the Colts are good.
Okay,
No,
you just have
they're
to wait.
not,
Let's just
though.
have to wait.
Yeah,
Just
oh,
take
come
a
on.
chill
You're
pill.
saying they're not
They are
good.
good. They are good, but they're
Oh.
not 5 good.
Okay, I get that.
That you need to wait and see. They're on the upswing, but again, they haven't done anything
They're
yet
not
to
even
really
on the
prove that they're a
upswing,
top
really.
5
Why
team.
do we always have to wait and see?
Because they haven't done anything that's putting them in the top 5 team spot yet.
They're not even on an upswing.
Okay, hold on. No, they're.
They're on a
I
one.
hate how everybody just assumes
They
you
were
always have to
very,
wait
I get
and
they
see.
lost against the Titans. I know, but that game was very close.
But this isn't like
Twice, though.
this isn't like a end of the year power rankings. This is a week 10 going into week 10.
Going into week 10.
Yes.
There are literally 27 other teams that I would pick the Colts to beat coming into week
Would you
10.
pick up the 49ers?
The Packers are getting
TJ,
back.
how long ago was that?
That was week 8.
The Packers are getting
Okay.
back Aaron
7.
Rodgers, right? So that's going into week number 10,
Yeah,
right?
What was he week
So
Correct.
why wouldn't they be number 1 or number 2?
because they literally they lost to the Chiefs, so the Chiefs have been losing to everybody. They didn't do that good. I mean, because you see how well the Cardinals did without their 2 best players on offense.
But isn't that kind of the same situation as Seattle?
Do you really think that?
I honestly would consider Jordan Love as worse than what's his name? The Seahawks backup. I can't think of his name right
Geno
now.
Smith?
Yeah.
How are we comparing?
Oh, I don't know, because Geno Smith, he at least competed. He
Well, no,
kept-
that's what I'm saying.
oh,
Geno
you're
Smith
saying
at
Jordan
least,
Love
yes.
is worse. Okay.
Yes. So I'm just saying if you're doing it as
Geno
going
Smith
into week
also
number
did have
10,
Lockett and Metcalf, where Jordan Love only had Devontae Adams. It's easier for
Jones.
him, don't you think?
It's not all. I mean, you could say what weapons they have, but it's still.
No, I think Geno Smith's a better backup.
I agree.
He's more experience. I mean, he's been around the block.
Hypothetical. Colts
Oh,
lose to
boy.
the Jags this week.
Colts lose to the Jags this week. If they lose to the Jags this week, I will drop them out of my top 10.
Okay.
It will not happen.
You're gonna drop him freaking one.
No, yeah,
Man.
that's
Hey, some stupid things have happened this season, dude.
that's fair.
I'll drop them out of the top 10.
At that point, what are you gonna do with the Bills? They lost to the Jags. Get them out of here.
Okay, I'll get them out of here too.
Whatever
Whatever makes you guys
while
happy.
you're at it, dude. Just put
Whatever
them
makes you. We'll put the Falcons up there.
Nice. Cool.
The Colts will not lose to the Jaguars. The game's not even going to be close.
All right, you said that about the Rams.
Yep.
And Titans won.
Well, get back at me next week. We'll rekindle our relationship.
You just can't. There's no argument in my book that you can justify the Colts being up there. They lost to the 49ers,
do this?
Titans,
Why do you do
Texans.
This
You
is the
have
thing.
somebody
This,
that loves the Colts like you, but yet I can't back you up too much because you have them so high.
And again, it's fun. I like the Colts. I think the Colts are a good team, but they haven't done anything yet to solidify number 5 spot.
Right. They are number 10.
Because we have to wait, kids. That's why we have to wait.
Number 4.
I'm not a waiter. I'm a go-getter.
Yeah, and you've been wrong
And I'm a
every week.
go-getter.
Every
I
week.
really haven't been
You have
wrong
been wrong
every
about
week.
at least 1 or 2 things every single week.
Oh, I haven't gotten all 32 right every single week. Oh, I'm sorry. Who the heck is going to get all of them right?
The ones that you argue us about.
No, because whenever the Colts, I brought the Colts up prematurely before. I brought the Titans wherever they were. Huh?
So you admit it. Burn them prematurely.
Oh my goodness, you're out of your mind. You have lost your.
I'm
freaking
out of my
mind.
mind. I don't have the Colts at number 5.
Oh, I'm actually gonna have to wait to the playoffs with the Colts, and then you guys will finally understand.
Maybe
No.
because they're not doing it right
No,
now. They're number 10. If they win like the next 5 games, yeah, they're a top 5 team. But I'm taking the Cowboys over them. I'm taking the Bills over them. I'm taking the Titans over them.
Dang, I'm not taking the Cowboys over them.
You're not taking the Cowboys over the Colts?
You're taking the Bills over them,
Oh.
Yes.
even what happened, what happened over the past couple weeks.
Yes.
All right, but
I'm taking the Ravens over
I
them.
still like the Bills.
Taking the Chargers over
I'm
them.
not taking that. No, come on, the Chargers too.
Yep.
Over the Colts.
Come on now.
You like the Chargers more than the Colts?
Come on now.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're really doing great with your argument, burying me, and then you say something like you like the Chargers better.
Bro, that is not an absurd statement. The Chargers over the Colts? Are you kidding me?
I would like the Colts over the Chargers.
It would be you would watch that game. It'd
It's
be
not.
close.
It's not absurd. It's not absurd. I'm just joshing around a little bit, but
I'll tell you what is
Nah.
absurd.
okay. Buccaneers at 4. Man, Buccaneers at 4. They move up 1 spot. What are you gonna do?
Why didn't you just have the Colts over the Buccaneers
Yeah,
with how you
honestly.
moved them?
What do you mean?
Seriously.
Why would I do that?
I don't,
Aren't they?
know.
Colts ain't that good.
Why'd you stop at 5? All right.
The Buccaneers are still a really good team.
They
Yep.
are.
They didn't. I mean,
It's
what?
pretty
They had a
easy.
bye week.
Yeah.
Like, what do you want me to do?
Yeah, Joe.
They moved up because all. And another reason why the Colts move up into this spot is because
Dude, move on.
I'm talking about other teams here. 4, literally the top 4 teams in the power rankings all lost.
Yeah.
They all lost.
Not
what
the
do you-
Cardinals.
The Cardinals are at number 5
What?
for me.
Last week.
Last week. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wait, what? They were number 5 last week.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
we talked
lost.
about it. We talked about that last week.
Holy crap.
Little bit,
lost.
you know.
Oh my, cut me a freaking break. I don't think anybody really gave me that many problems about that one, but
That
whatever.
was fair. Yeah.
Packers, they stay. They lost. They have Aaron Rodgers. He'll be coming back. They'll be okay. The
Well,
Rams,
if they're gonna be okay, then why not move them up? If he's coming back,
because they're not as good as the Rams, and they're
man.
not as good as the Cardinals.
but the Rams lost,
But the Rams lost.
and they beat the Cardinals.
But every team, all these teams are losing. I don't know how many times I got to say
So
it.
are the Colts.
The Packers also lost. Why do you want me to make it? Why do you want me to jump?
But Aaron Rodgers is coming back.
Aaron Rodgers coming back.
The
yeah.
Seahawks didn't win, but you
They
moved them
are
up.
not as good as they're not a complete team like the Rams are a complete team.
But the Seahawks didn't win, and you moved them up.
This dude's hilarious. You're hilarious.
You ain't
bro.
got no argument for it.
No, because it's different in different scenarios.
Yeah, I
I mean,
bet it
geez,
is.
the Rams are literally that good of a team.
That they can lose to the
yeah,
Titans.
any of the teams can
Okay,
lose.
yeah. You can't.
Cut me a
can't knock
break.
it off of one game.
Give me a break.
I'm not basing off of one game, but
So
somebody is.
The Packers and the Rams are both 6-2, correct?
Yeah.
And the Cardinals are 7-1.
No. The Rams are 7-2.
They're 7-2.
Yes.
Yeah, they lost to the Cardinals and they lost to the Titans.
So
So-
what's wrong with me liking the Rams more than the Packers, even though both
I
of them
don't see
lost?
any problem with it.
What's wrong with that, DJ?
What?
With me liking the Rams more
No,
than
I'm
the
just
Packers?
saying the Rams lost, and but Aaron Rodgers is coming back.
He's coming back, yeah, but they've never
And
been
they beat the Cardinals.
They've never been a better team than the Rams.
Never say never.
Never say never.
But the fact that the Seahawks moved up because Russell Wilson's coming back, the Packers should move up because Aaron Rodgers is coming back.
God.
No.
Number 1 Cardinals. I can't even talk to you anymore. Number 1 Cardinals. They did it with a
Colt
backup.
McCoy.
They have a really good team.
That might be the Colt that you're thinking about whenever you're really high on Colt.
What?
Colt McCoy, not the Colts.
Oh, Colt
You got it
McCoy.
mixed up.
Number 5, Colt McCoy.
Why do I do this? This is brutal. I understand what this is like now. This is brutal. Dude, I'm serious. I'm sticking with everything that I have here on this list. I know.
Really not
I
anything.
know you guys don't like
Nothing
it.
you would change.
Nothing.
Even after all of
You
our
can't just-
arguments.
The only thing I want to say is the Titans are gonna have to move up against my will.
We pushed you down just a little bit
Yeah,
farther.
you
throughout
stick to
this
what you
entire
want to do,
video.
but it'll be
Yeah,
ridiculous.
you keep doing it.
No, because you put the Lions in last. That's my biggest argument. That was ridiculous.
Oh,
I thought of all people you wouldn't give in to peer pressure, knowing your background.
Even
You're
though
just
they're
gonna
0
give
and
in
8, 0 and 9, whatever the heck they
They
are.
haven't won a game. I have to. Yeah.
this week. Oh.
Whatever.
they play the
You
Steelers
guys want to
next.
go ahead and
That's
rip me
what-
apart for this? Feel free. This is my power
Oh,
rankings.
I'd love to.
I'll see y'all in the playoffs. Let's go, Colts.
Skip all the other 8 weeks.
See y'all in the playoffs.